What's up, world? It's P.SO, checking in with Nerd Era. And today I want to talk about why I think that DC television universe and DC cinematic universe needs to be one universe. As you guys know, the DC universe is separate. There's the cinematic universe where you have movies like Man of Steel, Dark Knight, stuff like that. Then you have the television universe where you have TV shows like Smallville, and then Arrow, and now the new Flash show. Gotham is a new show that's also coming out. It's been gone on record, DC has said that these universes are separate and they're not trying to incorporate that. I've spoken to a lot of film fans and a lot of TV critics, and a lot of my friends seem to agree with this notion that the DC universes should be separate. And the reasons are because it would be difficult. You would have to handcuff the creative process in the television world and in the film world, because they have to coincide with each other in order for it to work. For instance, a new DC film involving Superman might not come out once every 3 years. In between those films, you could have 3 seasons of a television show. So how do you balance all of that? How do you make it work? And why would you, right? This is the way I feel. I feel like the DC television universe is extremely strong right now. The Arrow TV show is a show that, in my opinion, when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be corny. It ended up being very good, and it just keeps getting better. The new Flash TV show already seems like it's going to be great, right? So right now, not only do you have a really good DC television universe, but it's popular. People like the DC television universe. The DC cinematic universe is a little bit on the fence. Not everybody liked Man of Steel. There's been a lot of people who are not happy with the casting of Ben Affleck as Batman. I personally think it's great. A lot of people aren't. Some people are questioning Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Batman vs. Superman and Justice League, we don't know if these are going to be great films. You know, the confidence that we have in the Marvel Universe, for instance, we don't have in the DC Cinematic Universe. So DC has proven themselves on TV. And it's funny because DC animated films are also very amazing. So in the realms of television and animation, DC's killing it. On the film side of things, they need a little bit of help, and we don't know where they're going. So again, talking about why this would be a bad idea to put these two universes together is because you have to deal with continuity problems, right? Now, let's look at Marvel, right? Marvel has done a TV show, S.H.I.E.L.D., right? And they're also coming out with Agent Carter. They also have their Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Television Universe are joined, right? Now, a lot of people didn't like S.H.I.E.L.D. The first half of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 was horrible. It was awful. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good show. I had to force myself to watch every episode. Then Captain America 2 came out. And after Captain America 2 came out, the plot line of Captain America 2 directly fell into the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series. I'm not going to spoil it for you. That's a different video. And that show went from being sucky to amazing. Literally, I have never seen a show do a 180 like that. That show went from being like maybe a 5 out of 10 to like an 8 or a 9. And the last like 5 or 6 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. were awesome. They were so great. And it was really because of the Captain America plotline. It changed that whole show. And I think Marvel has learned their mistakes. And I think the future Marvel television shows, the Netflix ones, the new seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D., the new Agent Carter are going to be really good. And I think they're going to show how having a cinematic and film universe together can really, really work. I think DC needs to take advantage of the fact that that Arrow and Flash are popular TV shows, you know, and especially when you're talking about Flash, that's a character that's definitely going to be in a Justice League film, right? You think about Arrow, one of the biggest villains in Arrow is Deathstroke. Deathstroke is a huge villain in the DC universe. I would love to see Deathstroke eventually fight the Justice League like he did in Identity Crisis. Comic book fans, you know what I'm talking about, when Deathstroke fought the whole Justice League by himself. One of the best, awesome Deathstroke moments ever. And the actor they have who plays Deathstroke on Arrow is amazing. It's like, would you even want to cast someone else to play Deathstroke in a future Justice League film? I don't think so. I wouldn't. I think that what they need to do is they need to get control of their universes right now and plan. You know, there's ways that you can strategically plan things. I understand that it's creatively handcuffing, but there's things that you can do, that you can express. There's stories that you can write that will make the show better. There's also one other option I have, and I think this is something that they should seriously consider. What if you did a Justice League movie and you cast the actor who plays Flash and the actor who plays Arrow? The name, I know his name, last name is Amel. His name is eluding me right now. But the actor who plays Arrow and the actor who plays Flash, what if you cast them as the Flash and Green Arrow in a Justice League movie? But you didn't treat it like you're combining the universe. You just cast those actors so that people visually recognize them. And then you don't have to give them as much of an origin story. You kind of like brush over their origin story, where it's like people who watch a TV show will kind of just connect the dots themselves, but people who haven't watched the TV show will still get this new character, this new Arrow, this new Flash. You know, because you have to still introduce those characters in the cinematic universe anyway. You just use the actors from the TV show, and it automatically connects. I just think it's possible. I think that DC will benefit a lot from it if they actually did it. The fans want it, and I think that when you're dealing with this whole comic book thing, we've proven that if you do what the fans want, it works. And I think DC's just in a lot of trouble right now. Because they're on that fence where they could either go and be, you know, catch up to Marvel, or they you know, one bad movie, one bad decision is not going to work out for DC. So I think this is something that would not be easy. It would not be easy, but if they took the time to really try to make it happen, overall it would benefit them tremendously. P.SO, checking in for Nerd Era, where nerd culture reigns supreme. Peace.